This is the story of Rumlestiltskin, and it's from Ladybird Favourite Tales. Once upon a time, there was a poor miller. A miller is somebody who grinds the flour to make the bread. Well, he makes the bread too. There was a poor miller who had a beautiful daughter. One day, the king ordered him to come to the palace. The miller was very nervous as he stood before the king, and he said the first silly thing that came into his head. Do you know what he said? He said, "My daughter can spin straw into gold." "Then bring her here at once," said the king. "This I must see." So the next day, the foolish miller brought his daughter to the palace. Here she is. She's got blonde hair and she is very beautiful, but her clothes are the clothes of a poor person because she's got patches sewn on them to cover the holes.
Why?
Because she can't afford new clothes, because the miller is very poor and she's very poor. The king put the girl in a tiny room. "Here is some straw and here is a spinning wheel," he told her. A spinning wheel is a wheel which spins, and by spinning you can turn yarn into straw or what? Not straw. Normally you can turn yarn into wool. "Here is some straw and here is a spinning wheel," he told her. "Spin the straw into gold by morning, or you shall die." Wow, that's scary. If she doesn't make the straw into gold, she's going to die.
Oh no!
Locked in the tiny room, the miller's daughter wept to think of the impossible task before her. She had no idea how to spin straw into gold. Well, you and I know it can't be done. And she can't see how it could be done either. Suddenly, the door flew open and in pranced a strange little man. "I may be able to help you, Mistress Miller," he said. "If you will give me your pretty glass necklace, I will spin the straw into gold before morning," the little man went on. "Oh, thank you," gasped the miller's daughter. The little man set to work with the spinning wheel, which span round and round. Whir, whir, 3 times round went the spinning wheel, as each reel was filled with gold thread from the straw. In the morning, the king found only the miller's daughter and the reels of golden thread. "You have done very well indeed," he said. "But I wonder if you can perform the same trick twice." I'd say that's a greedy king, wouldn't you? "Tonight I shall give you more straw to spin, and we shall see what happens." The miller's daughter was very frightened. But again, the strange little man came to the rescue.
If he doesn't turn straw into gold, into straw, he will die.
She will die. Yes, they're going to execute her. They're going to kill her if she doesn't manage to turn the straw into gold. That's why she's going to cry. She's very upset because she doesn't know how to do it. The miller's daughter was very frightened. But again, the strange little man came to her rescue. "Give me the ring from your finger, and I shall soon spin the straw into gold," said the little man. The little man set to work on the spinning wheel. Whir, whir, whir. 3 times round went the spinning wheel as each reel was filled with golden thread. In the morning, the king was very pleased to see the beautiful girl surrounded by reels of golden thread. "Tonight you shall have even more straw to spin," he said. "If you spin it all into gold by the morning, you shall be my queen." Wow, that's a good reward, isn't it? But I don't think she knows how to do it. This time, the miller's daughter cried even more bitterly than before. Then the little man appeared again. "Why are you crying?" asked the little man when he appeared. "You know that I will help you." "But I have nothing left to give you," sobbed the girl. "If you become queen," the little man replied, "you can give me your first child." Now the miller's daughter did not really believe that the king would marry her, so she agreed. The little man set to work. Whir, whir, whir. 3 times round went the spinning wheel as each reel was filled with golden thread. The next day, when he saw all the golden thread, the king was delighted. The miller's daughter had brought him great riches, and she really was very beautiful. So the king kept his promise and married her. Everyone was thrilled, especially the proud miller. The new queen was very happy, and she forgot all about the strange little man. Before long, she and the king had a beautiful baby. Uh-oh, remember she promised to give the little man her first baby? I wouldn't like to give my baby away. I'm sure she doesn't want to give her baby away. Suddenly, late one night, the little man appeared in the queen's bedroom. This is the girl who got married to the king. "I have come for the child you promised me," he said, grinning. The girl, who's now queen, was horrified. "Please don't take my baby," she begged. "It's all I have. Please don't take my baby. Take my gold and jewels instead." "No," said the little man. "In 3 nights' time I shall take the child, unless you can discover my real name." The desperate queen sent messengers throughout the kingdom to collect all the names they could find. And they made big lists of names. The following night and the night after, she repeated all the names to the little man.
Names?
He just laughed and laughed and laughed. "That's not my name," he said over and over. "Not my name. You got it wrong. Not my name." On the 3rd day, the queen begged her messengers for more names. At last, one of them told her how deep in the forest he had seen a strange little man dancing and singing. The queen will never win my game, for Rumlestiltskin is my name. That's what the man was singing as he danced. He was singing, the queen will never win my game, for Rumlestiltskin is my name.
Daddy.
The queen was overjoyed to hear this. She said, tell me the song he was singing again. And the messenger said, he was singing this song. It went like this. The queen will never win my game, for Rumlestiltskin is my name. Well, you can imagine how happy the queen was to hear that this might be the name of the little man. When the little man arrived that night, the queen pretended to think hard. Is your name Twinkletoes? She asked. No, said the little man. That is not my name. Is your name Shagribanda, then? Ha, no, that is not my name. And then she said, or are you called Rumlestiltskin? Oh, the man was furious, the little old man. You got it right! How did you know? And he stamped his foot in fury and made a hole in the floor and vanished down the hole. And as far as we know, he has never been seen again from that day to this. And the little baby and her mummy and the king all lived happily ever after. And that's the end of the story. And when it's the end of the story, it means you can put the book back on the shelf and get in bed. And you can also say, you can turn the light off and say, good night, Daddy.
But now I don't read the book.
No more.
I'll put this
Okay,
going
all right, all by yourself in a few minutes on your own.
Oh, I know what this one is. It's the duckling.
It's called what?
Like this is the duck story.
Oh, do you mean the ugly duckling?
Yes.
Do you know that story?
I tell you this story.
All right, you read the story.
This was ugly. He took his room, but their mother took his room, and then the mother said it was too ugly. Those the other ducks, but the baby ducks. The yellow duck said it was very ugly. So it was really sad, and I want to play with it in himself. Well, and then he swam, I know. We looked up. But then he was in the house, and then he was sworn. He wants, but the end.
Okay, good night then.